I try to mix it up every now and then, but most definitely, try to come off aggressive, install fear in the offensive lineman with my get off, my pad levels, and, set them up from there.
Following the news of Sam Williams being lost for the season, before practice yesterday, you were coaching up the young ends and pretty good. What message do you give to them as far as stepping up, especially a guy like Marshawn Neal?
Yeah, man, it's a tough loss, losing Sam, especially out for the season. Prayers up to him and his health. But that's what this game of football is all about. It's the next man up. You never know when you're going to get your opportunity, so you always got to come out here prepared, and just be prepared when the time comes.
Have you thought about how you and Zach are the two longest tenured guys? Has that thought process crossed your mind, just how long you've been here?
It's definitely, rewarding, but also, I really don't try to think about it too much. I still try to, come in each and every day, work on my craft and try to get better. I mean, I haven't reached the top yet, so, it's still a long way for me to go.
How has your leadership style evolved from whatever it was earlier in your career to what it is now?
Yeah, early in my career, I had a lot of, rah-rah with me. And it's more of like, I do that at home with the kids, so, I'm not trying to come up here and, holler at grown men. But, it's really more, a calming role, just try to lead by teaching, going through the steps with the guys instead of just trying to just push them to go. So.
Took you a minute to get back to him when he got drafted here, but you finally did, and he's excited that he's here and that he's DeMarcus Lawrence 2.0. I mean, what do you see from him, and how do your skills align, to where you can show him exactly how you did it? Because he's a simple player.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, Marshawn, he has a lot of ambition. Grit with his game. His fundamentals are pretty clean, especially for a rookie. It's a high ceiling for him. I'm gonna keep working with him as much as I can. And I definitely think he's gonna evolve to something even better than me.
Do you see you in him?
No, not as much as y'all said.
How would Jared have said? It's not,
I mean, me is me. God ain't made too many DeMarcus Lawrences. At least that I know of. I mean. But Marshawn definitely, has some instinctive, play to his style. He's down, dirty, gritty. He's 275. I never, played at 275. So I mean, it's definitely a little difference, but like the grit about him.
It's obviously early in camp, and it's the
You got to start over now.
I know. What are the major differences you see in scheme? You've had 3 years under Dan Quinn. What are some of the most significant differences in your mind with Mike Zimmer, and how do you feel you guys have incorporated that here early in camp?
Yeah, with the schemes over the last couple of years with DQ, it was more about speed, using our speeds to set up linemen. More this year, with Coach Z is really, details, working on our details, our fundamentals of staying in our gap, controlling our space, and, we work our speed through that.
What's Zimmer's personality kind of been like, and how have you guys meshed just as people?
Oh, man, he really cares about ball, man. It's actually dope to, have a coach that, is not going to, settle for nothing else but the best out of you. You wish you have that in all your coaches, and we're glad we got it in Z.
Your linebacker core has been rebuilt. Eric Kendricks. I mean, you have unheralded guys like Jason Johnson, Buddy Johnson. They're making plays. Willie Harvey Jr. made plays out of today. Can you talk about just what that core looks like? I know they play behind you, but just what you're seeing when you go watch film and just after they make plays.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely loving the speed, coming downhill, not afraid of contact. And those guys having fun playing ball. Especially at linebacker, your job can be tough, trying to communicate through the whole defense and, get everybody set up, but also, go out there and make plays. And it's exciting to see them going out there and doing that.
Forgive.
What can you teach these young kids, these younger players coming behind you, to how to practice with intensity, but yet not practice so crazy that they're out of control? How do you teach that?
Oh, man. It's through repetition, man. You got to get the reps in order to be able to fine tune your motor. Be able to speed it up, slow the game down, speed it up, or stay steady all the way through. And through repetition and time playing, they'll figure it out.
Your kids were out here with you running around. around, put the helmet on. What's that like for you, man? You know, when you started, you didn't have him out here running around like that. Now to this point, I can't imagine what that's like as a dad.
Oh man, it's definitely exciting. You know, being able to, you know, share my dream with my children. You know, having them on the field. You know, being able to see Dad at work. You know, how I perform. You know, who I am. You know, outside of the house. It's definitely exciting, and I'm glad I was able to have them on the journey with me.
How much longer you want to play?
I don't know. How much longer you think they want to pay me?
Well, at least for this year.
All right, sure. We'll talk about that next year.
I don't know if you asked this earlier, but what's your mindset headed into this season, and how do you continue on the frustrations of not getting to the next level? Can you just talk about those frustrations of not being able to really climb the mountain that's supporting the playoffs?
Yeah, you know, like every season, you know, you go through that point at the end of the season when you didn't make it, and you know, thank glory to God that, you know, I have another opportunity this year. But I don't like to, you know, sit back and soak on the past. You know, I have another opportunity here before me now, but I know my opportunities are limited. So it's really just on me, you know, just owning the moment, understanding, you know, the situation that we're in, especially in the playoffs, and, you know, being able to, you know, bring my young guys up, making sure they're ready for that opportunity also.
When you look at the moment, do you feel you have a chance this year? I mean, everybody feels that way to start the season. I mean, I don't know what the excitement level is. That maybe this is final of the year. I mean, how do you put that in your mind?
Yeah, I'm just really trying to be where my feet are. You know, definitely, you know, see ourselves holding up that Super Bowl trophy at the end of the year. But, you know, right now we're in training camp. We got a lot of preparation and work to do. We got a lot of young guys to bring up and make into star football players. And we don't want this opportunity right here to pass us first. So we want to make sure we get all those details handled, and then we'll move on to that later down the road.
McCarthy was saying he's not seen a guy who's able to work the B and C gap crash the way that you do. Where does that come from? Is that film study? Is that feel for the game? Is that reading something in the lineman or what the quarterback's voice is doing? Where's all that come from?
Comes from fundamentals, man. You know, working on your craft each and every day. You know, I feel like my coaching staffs over the years have did a great job of, you know, teaching me how to, you know, my alignment, my assignment, you know, working off my key and how to, you know, play off that, you know, depending on what kind of block they give me. So, you know, just great coaches over the years and being able to manipulate my technique into getting what I wanted to get done.
What is today specifically like, just getting the opportunity to interact with the military and first responders that are out here and show your appreciation?
Yeah, but you said what today is like what?
What is it like for you to have that opportunity to interact with them?
Oh, man, it's beautiful, man. You know, being able to have an opportunity to be around guys that, you know, fought on a different level, a higher level, you know, but also, you know, to see, you know, them in their retired life being happy, mind is sound, you know, and feeling good. So it's a great opportunity for us to connect, you know, with our U.S. service members, you know, and yeah.
Mike has talked about, you know, for him coming into his career going against Tyron. What do you remember about how your career started in practices, and what's it like for you now going against Tyler Guyton and you know, and what you can kind of present for him?
Yeah, man. You know, Tyler is a, you know, pretty strong young fella, man. He's 6'7", got a long wingspan, you know, and I feel like the difference between him and Tyron is Tyron, you know, had a toolbox full of different hand movements that he can put on you. And right now, Tyler is still figuring out what his tools are. So, you know, it's just a learning process, man. He's a rookie. I feel like he's going to get it great. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.